right,
What's
Nick.
up?
So
Okay.
before we start, I actually want to ask you something. Have you heard of the eye ladies in Dubai? My
No.
sister's over there right now. And she's talking to some eye ladies.
Eye ladies. What is that?
Eye ladies, nuts on your face! Ah! Everybody, welcome to Racing Home Podcast. You're joined by me, Fez Bobber, and the host, second host, Nick Agater.
Excuse me, second host. Who's the one who's over here editing all the podcasts?
But you got nuts on your face, so
I should have seen that coming. I should have seen that coming. Oh man. What's
got
up, Fez?
him.
How are you doing?
Uh, Good, man, good. Just today was first day back in the office, and I barely did anything. So that's just kind of how it went. What about you?
My day in the office was very different. So like for
Mm,
us, everyone's getting back into the office and it's very busy.
mm.
So it was I mean it was cool. It was just a lot of half the conversation we're talking about like what you did over the holidays or what you did for New Year's. But
Yeah,
overall, it was pretty good. Oh, today's weather sucked. It was super rainy.
super rainy, super cold. Yeah,
Was the same thing for you over in Dallas?
yes, sir.
For everyone who was joining us for today, Fez actually went and bought me a holiday Christmas present. Very happy with that. He bought himself a new microphone as well. So hopefully we sound a little bit better compared to the last couple of episodes. I have
Yeah,
to be very
hopefully.
careful, like not speaking too loud.
I think you're good. You're kind of going down again, so maybe turn up the gain more.
Oh, I haven't even touched the gain. It's still all the way
Oh,
up.
oh, okay. Well, clearly the mics that I bought are cheap from Amazon, so hopefully you can hear us fine.
You sound perfectly fine. You actually sound really good.
Hey,
That is
nice,
awesome.
nice.
Okay,
All right.
so what do you do for New Year's?
So one of our family friends, they host a big party every year. There's like 100, 200, 200 to 250 people there at their house. And yeah, it's just like the New Year's party with a bunch of food. It's people out there dancing. They have their sons. They sing and play piano, so like they're performing for people. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. I went there for maybe like 30, 40 minutes because it's just not my vibe. So I went there, and then as soon as it hit midnight, I was like, "All right, I'm out." Gave me my rent, gave me my car back. But it's crazy, like the amount of people that had money there because there's some people in GT3 RSs, G wagon squared or whatever the 4x4 squared or whatever.
I think it's just
Uh,
G wagon. I don't think it's.
nah,
I don't think
there's a
people.
4x4 squared.
What's the
It's
non G wagon squared? What's the
it's
G
the
wagon round?
what?
The G
No,
wagon round. If it's,
no. So there, you know how there's a G63 6x6.
yeah.
So there's a 4x4 of that version, and that's called a G wagon 4x4 squared or or G wagon squared or something like that. It's still like lifted on
Oh,
beefy tires and whatnot.
oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay, so it's
Yeah.
still so it's a G wagon, but
Uh-huh.
you've got it's the lifted version.
Yeah, so it's a 6x6 with only four wheels. That's what it is.
You could have just said a lifted G wagon.
I mean, the 6x6 came first, and then they took the two wheels off of
Did
it,
it?
and then yeah,
Oh, interesting. I didn't know the six
yeah,
by six came first.
yeah.
Normally, it's like a progression where you have like the G wagon. Someone says, "I want to go and lift that." They lift it up, and then the next
Uh,
person over says, "Like that's cool what you did, but I want another set of wheels behind it."
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of what the just Lambos and stuff like that over there. But
God
and
damn!
then I
What part of
pulled up my
Dallas was this?
Toyota. Uh,
Yeah, your $90,000 Toyota.
it's a little Toyota truck. Where's it at? Do you know where Campbell and Preston is at?
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere around there. It's like University Park area, I think.
Ooh. By the way, if I suddenly go silent or like disconnect, the power
Uh-huh.
went out. I saw the lights flickering around me.
Ah, damn.
Just FYI. But cool.
Gotcha.
So, by
What
the
about
way,
you?
the $90,000 Toyota. Oh, got
Oh,
something
sorry.
else?
No, no, go ahead.
That $90,000 little Toyota pickup truck of yours, did you take it off-roading this weekend? Didn't you go with everybody to, Bridgeport?
Oh, I totally forgot about that.
Dude, I'm so
Yeah.
jealous.
So I took the Tundra. It's so I have a Tundra TRD Pro, and I took it off roading for the first time, like actual legit off roading. And for one of our friends' birthdays, they were all in their like the first gen Lexus GXs that are lifted on 33s and whatnot. And there was one guy that was like in a fully built Forerunner with upgraded axles, he had supercharged like 37s on there, something like that. And he snapped his axle, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
kind of
that sucks.
sad. He drove back in two-wheel drive. Um, but yeah, so that's kind of what I did, and yeah, the Tundra. A little quick update on that. It's so massive that you don't pick a line off road. You just kind of go for it and just hope for the best. And it barely fits anywhere, and, like, I definitely got a bunch of pinstripes on the truck because like, there's no way around it,
Yeah.
really, and, yeah, like, it does really well off-road. It's just you just kinda have to just go for it, and I bottomed out everywhere for how long the wheelbase was, so I'm really glad I had my rock sliders because I was hitting everything.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Did y'all do all the same trails that we had done, like, 2 years ago when I
I
had the
think
Honda Ridgeline?
I think so, but we might have done less because, there was some new people in there with, like, a brand new Bronco and whatnot, and she didn't
Oh,
wanna
yeah.
do much, so and plus, like, I
But
was in a big ass truck that couldn't fit in a lot of places, and it was also very muddy there from the rain.
that honestly, in my opinion, that makes Bridgeport even better.
The mud?
The mud, yeah. At least I
Mm,
have fun. Whenever I did have the Ridgeline we went, I
mhm,
had the most fun flicking it around. But that's
yeah,
also because the Ridgeline did not have 4 low. So, like, in order for me to,
yeah,
like, have fun with it, I really had to, like, rev the shit out of it,
uh-huh,
and the only way to, like it didn't have much power, so the only way to get the revs up and spin the
mhm,
tires is in mud.
yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah, I think I was just more stressed out this time because of the truck. The truck being
because
so
of how big it is.
expensive and just being really big. Like, when
Yeah.
I went out there with the Tacoma, I didn't give a shit. I was, like, blowing through
Oh, we know.
everything.
We know.
Um,
We still remember, everything you hit in the middle of nowhere. You managed to hit, like, the only 12-foot boulder that was sitting out there.
yeah, yeah. This time I hit a bunch of boulders too, but I had no choice actually this time. I just
This
had to do it to get over.
this wasn't
Um,
because you forgot about the boulders, but it's because it's the only route for you to take.
yeah, that was literally the only option. Oh, the lady that was with us,
Yeah.
she took a wrong line in her Bronco, and she popped like a 6 foot tall wheelie. Her front left was like at least
What?
5 foot in the air, and I was like, I thought she was gonna flip the truck right there and then. And then she was like shitting bricks afterwards too. She
I
was
mean,
like,
I
"I'm done.
would be
I don't
too.
want to do this anymore. I want to go home." But
Was
we were
she,
like,
like,
"No,
climbing a
you're
hill?
okay."
Like, what was the situation where she got the, front wheel up that high?
So there was a slight ridge, or not a slight ridge, but it was like a 3 feet ridge in the middle, and she took an awkward line where her front left was on that ridge, so it's kind of in the air already, and then she
Mhm.
wasn't moving, so she gave it way too much throttle, and the truck just popped a wheelie because half of
Oh,
it is already in
really?
the air. It's hard to explain.
If you
Yeah.
have a photo, send it over to me. I
I
wanna see
don't have
it.
a photo. I was recording her though, and you just see me like turn over, like turn the camera towards the front and just go, "Oh shit," as that happens. Because like I was just too worried about her flipping the truck. But yeah,
Was
it
it
was a good
a,
time.
what kind of a Bronco was it?
It was the one below the Sasquatch. It wasn't the wide body
Okay,
one. I don't know what.
right.
I don't know anything about Broncos.
So, like, well, everybody knows about the really big one, the Raptor model. So
Yeah,
it was not the Raptor.
no.
Then there is the Wild Track or no, it is
I'm
a Wild Track, but you
looking. No,
can get the
I thought it was a
Sasquatch
Sasquatch.
package. You can get that package on any trim level. So what the Sasquatch
Okay.
package brings is 35-inch tires, I think a small lift and, like, different suspension,
Hmm.
and then, that's basically all I know about it, but I know it's, like, the bigger off-road tire package. If you don't get the Sasquatch package, then I think you're basically stuck on, like, 33s or maybe like smaller tires. But in any case, sounds like she did not have that. It had
I think
beadlocks.
she had the Badlands.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Dang. Nonetheless, though, sounded like she had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, it was her first time off-roading. She was coming from Mini Cooper to a Bronco, and she did good. Or second time off-roading.
That's a pretty big jump.
Yeah, pretty big jump.
Going from, arguably one of the smaller cars to, a pretty decent off-roader. Although,
Yeah.
like, the Bronco is, for America standards, it's still a pretty small, off-roader.
Yeah, I mean, it's not so I'm gonna call Kenny out on this one.
Oh, what?
Kenny was arguing with me the entire time. He was saying that, "Oh, the Bronco is basically as wide as the Tundra, don't be a bitch." And I was like, "What? You're telling me a Bronco is as wide as a full-size pickup truck?" Like, "No, it's not. It's not."
It
And
might
then
actually be as wide,
it's not.
but your turning radius is definitely much wider because of how long the truck is.
The turning radius definitely sucks because she took the wrong line, she just turned in too sharp, and I had no option, like, I couldn't even do that in the truck, right?
Mhm.
But the Bronco is, 6 inches narrower or 6 or 7 inches narrower than the Tundra, actually.
Oh, you're right, it is. So the Tundra is 80.2 inches,
Yeah.
and the Bronco Badlands, yep, make sure I'm not looking at the sport one or the small one, but
Mhm.
it is 74 inches. So you're right, 6
Yeah,
inches.
yeah, and he thought I was talking about it with mirrors, but without mirrors it was the same. I was like, "Dude, no." Also, my mirrors suck. You know how many times I have to, like, fold the mirrors to get through a trail?
I fold your mirror just parking in the parking lot whenever I'm
Yeah,
driving your truck.
they're
They're
big ass
obnoxious. Yeah, they're
Dumbo ears.
obnoxiously big.
Um,
Did you just hear Ariel bark in the background?
I did, yeah. Oh, and it's the same engine as your Expedition.
No, it doesn't. So
The
the Expedition no,
2.7
no, no.
EcoBoost?
It does have an the Expedition is an EcoBoost, but it's
Mhm.
the 3.5 liter, whereas the Bronco
Okay.
has the 2.7.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Okay.
So do you remember Wayne's truck, the blue F-150 that I borrowed for HMP last year?
Uh-huh.
That truck had the 2.7.
Mm. We gotta
So
do a race between our trucks while towing again,
why again?
because I wanna see who's faster.
We already did. We did it over in heading over to Vegas, leaving Zion.
We
So
did?
we already. Oh crap! I
What'd you do?
that got loud, didn't it?
It barely, but it
Oh
actually made the
really?
sound better.
Oh, that's hysterical. I smacked the crap out of the microphone. But anyways, for everyone who
Did
is
you hear
still
that?
listening, yeah, I did. What was that?
I flicked the mic just if you could hear it.
Oh, okay. So anyway, so everyone who is curious about like the race that we already done. So like Fez and I are leaving Zion. He is towing his GR86 on the back behind his Tundra. I am towing my Focus behind the Expedition. And so we're at a light, leaving a very safe area, I'm not- somewhere between Zion and Las Vegas. In any case, light turns green. We go. Expedition actually gets a little bit of tire spin once the turbo starts to spool up. But then once the spinning stops, Fez basically pulls like a whole rig length by the time we hit 50 miles per hour. So I would argue though that I was heavier. That's the main thing. If we're gonna race again, I want to weigh our two rigs compared to each other.
Oh,
So that
come
way we
on.
can actually see like who is one pulling more weight.
Don't be a
And then,
sore loser.
well, then why do you want to do it
I
again?
forgot we did that, but now you
Oh,
reminded me. Um, it's because if I have, like, 590 foot-pounds of torque, dude.
yeah, your truck is insane. I'm surprised you did not spin tires. To be honest, I'm surprised I was the one spinning tires, considering that the Tundra has a hybrid battery, so you
Uh-huh.
can actually put down the power or some of the power sooner than I can.
Yeah, I don't know.
I definitely notice the difference whenever I'm like actually getting into the power on the Expedition,
Mhm,
where like it has turbo lag. So if I'm leaving the stoplight, I definitely notice a lag or a lull before the power comes on. Something that I
mhm,
do not have, something that your truck does not have. I love your truck for that. Like it's
mhm.
immediate power, kind of like a diesel, which I think that's you told me that that's what Toyota was trying to go for.
Yeah, that's the purpose, right? Like, the purpose for the hybrid was not for necessarily for gas mileage, even though it should get good gas mileage with the hybrid. It was mainly for, like, that instant torque that you get, that you would expect out of a diesel, essentially, but it's, like, much better. Um, the sad part is it does lack in the gas mileage area where, I'm getting, like, 13 or 14 miles a gallon with KO2s on there. Maybe we should just save this topic for our next podcast, Nick, with when we talk about, our tow
Yeah, we're gonna
rigs.
definitely talk about tow rigs later. But yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, enough about weekend recap stuff. That was awesome
What
that you had a fun time with your truck out there in the off road park. I
yeah,
was
what did
definitely
you do?
jealous of that. Me,
What are you
Carol,
up
and I,
to?
we went out to Lake Travis. So we went out to the west side into the hill country. Want to
Uh-huh.
check out the lot that we have out there. Have I told you about that?
You bought a lot?
No, 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 no. We have not bought a lot. Okay. So stepping back, my father back in 2020. 2022, early 2022, had bought a lot over by Lake Travis. So
Oh,
this lot is in a community where all the homes in that community need to have like a bit of a cabin feel, a cabin look. So
mhm,
they're very strict on the type of wood siding you can have, the color of the wood, or what you stain it. They have requirements on like neighborhood has requirements on like where the building can actually be placed, but they're so strict that they have requirements on like the floor plan layouts. They only have set amount of floor plan approved layouts that you can go with,
mhm,
and the garage needs to be detached. It can only be a two car, but they do allow you to have a loft above the garage.
mhm.
So, in any case, he bought this land back in 2022, but unfortunately, he had passed last year. Yeah, literally last year. Rip also to Ken Block. And so we went over there to check out the lot since we haven't been able to do anything with it yet. But the lot next to us, they've built a brand new home, and my goodness, is it gorgeous! So
Mm,
like, it made me realize that like, okay, this is actually something that'd be kind of cool if we went out and built it out.
mhm.
Also, can you hear the rain even louder in the background?
Yeah.
Ah, crap. Okay, well, hopefully I can fix that in editing. Um, Any case, so we went out to the house. It was, oh my god, it was amazing. So like you walk inside, it's the standard family room, kitchen, and bedroom.
That's
It's a
the lot next to yours, right?
next to us, yeah.
Oh, gotcha, gotcha.
So the one next to us, beautiful floor plan, huge balcony, and the kitchen. Like everything about the home is of course a new home, but it's like the latest in building quality, building materials, highly efficient, and hardwood flooring throughout. The fireplace actually like wraps around, like the stone actually wraps around over to the other side. So it's not just like a
Oh,
flat,
sweet.
cool. You look at the fireplace and that's it, but it wraps around and like gives it a lot of dimension to it.
Mhm,
And then, yeah. Oh, and then upstairs. So the upstairs also has a game room, and it has three bedrooms and three bathrooms. One of the bedrooms actually has a bathroom attached to it. So it's like a
mhm.
little miniature master bedroom, which would be
Nice.
really cool as a mother-in-law suite. Uh, so that'd be one thing. But the
Uh-huh.
best part about this place is that you can actually see Lake Travis from the top. So
Oh,
from
sweet.
both bedrooms or two of the bedrooms upstairs, you can see Lake Travis, which I never knew about until we got up to that level. So,
So
any
what you're
case,
telling me is you're building a house on this new lot?
not without my mother's and sister's approval. Because remember, like this is my father's lot, so we have to go
Yeah.
and like whatever we do with the lot, we have to do it together. Has to be a joint plan, joint effort.
So you're just gonna sell the Minnesota property and just build a house over there. There you go. I solved the problem for you.
That's what I'm gonna pitch. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can actually go and do this.
Yeah.
Because the other thing too about this property, it has access to a marina and it has access to Lake Travis itself, like an actual boat launch. We didn't use it last year because Wayne's place was a lot easier.
Mhm.
Also, I didn't have the gate code. So, in any
Gotcha,
case,
gotcha.
it's something we might end up doing. But yeah, so we went out to the lot this weekend, and then what did we do? Oh, New Year's Eve. So New Year's Eve we went over to my coworker's house, had a good old house party over there, played beer pong, different drinking games, and then launched some fireworks over in the backyard, and then recovered on Monday. That was
Nice.
really it. I didn't have a whole lot to do this weekend. Yeah, this lot is incredible, and it has an upstairs balcony. That
Nice.
that alone sold me on the home and the floor plan. But it's an hour and a half drive from here. It's really far
That's awesome,
by
dude.
like commuter standards.
Did you hear that? Sorry.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, my bad.
It's all good.
Um, no, that's
The other,
really cool. I mean, like that's something new I don't know about you, I guess, or your family,
yeah.
but
So
that's
we're
really
still,
cool.
yeah. In any case, we're still trying to decide on like what to do with the lot and still finishing up probate itself. But
Uh-huh.
after seeing the home next to us, we got the builder's contact information. So if we do decide to effectively like build the same thing, we know who to go with. And we have a rough idea of what it would cost. I think it would
Okay,
cost around like 6 to 700K to build.
that's not
Actually,
too
I say
bad.
that right now, I think that's way too high. I bet the home was more like 4 to 5.
I mean, if the lot already exists, that's like a quarter of the price, isn't it?
No, it'd be about half the price. So the home that they had just built sold for 900K. and
Sheesh.
100K of that lot is, sorry, 100K of that price is in the lot.
Mm, gotcha.
So whatever they built the home for is the other 800K.
Cool.
Yeah. In any case,
Nice.
we'll see. The only thing
Um,
I would be really excited about is the access to Lake Travis and like another garage to store stuff in.
for sure.
You can never have too much garage space, Bez. You know this.
Dude, I want to buy a lot and just build a warehouse on it and out in the country and have like a bunch of lifts where I can just store cars and have like all the homies' cars and have a skid pad there to do like dump stuff at. That's what I want to do.
Oh, I know.
But that leads us to our topic for today, for 2024 goals. And to kick it off in the list, it says, Nick, you have some kind of crazy off road idea. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah. So because of what you did with Kenny and Fez and Kenny and Fez, Kenny and Raza and everyone else this
You
weekend
messing
with
with the
off
brown
roading
people, bro?
again. Yes. So the idea that I have, let me step back. I don't want to sell the expedition. I really enjoy having the expedition, but it's only
Okay.
2 wheel drive, so it's never going to go off roading. But what I want to do is bring the 4 wheelers down here to Texas, have one of you tow or like basically you Fez. Let me put the ATV in the bed of your truck. I'll help you drive out to where we're going. And then when we get to where we're going, we take the ATV off. I'm the scout. I head up and lead the pack. I go and investigate, see if like where we're heading is something that's doable, and then we all go out. I can also have Kenny's camera. I can like sit there and record while people go by. I'm way faster, more nimble. Um, so like it's just an overall like good little vehicle for joining y'all on off road trips, but at the same
Mhm.
time being sometimes more capable. What's gonna suck though is I don't have a place to sleep.
So I have an idea. Why don't
What?
you just use my Sauron?
Because what we found out over at Lava Rocks in New Mexico, it sucks in
Listen,
lava rock
that
and
was the
sand.
in
Anything
soft
soft.
anything
And
soft sand, it's not gonna do well. But like Bridgeport, when we went out there to do off roading stuff, no, on the way back
Bridgeport would have been
home,
fine.
I was
Yeah,
thinking like the Sauron would have done everything with ease, right?
yeah, it definitely would have been just fine.
Yeah.
The Saron actually
So,
would have been really good for Bridgeport because like everything in Bridgeport is it's either gonna be hard packed rock
mhm.
or dirt, or it's gonna be muddy, which maybe in the mud is gonna suck, and I especially don't want to be getting splattered by it in the
I mean,
back.
you're gonna get splattered by mud if you're on an ATV too.
I don't know. These ATVs are pretty good. Like the wheel arches are really big, and they like
It's pretty deep
it's
mud.
more like utility side. I've gone through some pretty deep mud holes pretty quickly, and I never get splashed. Or if I do get splashed,
Huh.
it's like nothing crazy. That like I believe you, like or believe
Okay.
me, I agree with you
Uh-huh.
that you. I would think I would be getting covered in mud, but you really don't because of how big the arches are, and
Gotcha.
they
Gotcha.
protect. They stop the mud from. Now, if someone else comes at you, yes, but
Mhm.
like the mud you're generating yourself, it doesn't really splash on.
I mean, the only pros about the Sauron is that it's lightweight, so I can just throw it in the bed of the truck
Yeah, that's
instead of
true.
towing. That's the only thing.
Oh, so here comes the second part of my crazy idea.
Okay.
Because the first part really wasn't that crazy of an idea. Here's the
Mhm.
crazy part. So to solve the tent issue, there are people that have gone out and like you know how Harbor Freight has a cheapo little trailer that you can buy and build, and you then have like a little utility trailer that uh folds up,
Yeah. So you want me to
goes
tow
up
that
against the
too?
wall. Yeah, but here's the idea.
So
So
I'm towing two
I what
trailers.
do you mean 2 trailers?
One trailer for your ATV and one trailer for the tent?
Nah, here we go. Okay, so here's the
Okay,
genius of this idea. Is the
okay.
fact that like the trailer you can actually it's wide enough that the ATV can go onto the trailer.
Mhm.
So what I would want to do is build it out to where it has like larger 35-inch off-road tires so that the trailer itself can go off-roading.
Okay.
Put the ATV onto the trailer, but then also have 4 posts where I can have the tent above the ATV. But the
Mhm.
4 posts would have to be movable, so that way, like once the ATV is backed out, I can lower the tent, lowering the center of gravity for the trailer, and then attach the trailer to the back of the ATV. So like the trailer is it's my living quarters. It is the transportation that I just need to attach to your truck, Kenny's GX, or whoever wants to help me out and get me out there in
Mhm.
exchange for some beers. And then it also can tow behind the RV because it's or RV, tow behind the 4 wheeler because it's light enough.
Why don't
So,
you tow the ATV to wherever you need to go?
and I can do that too. Or because you're always bitching about me not riding with you and not helping you drive, Like
Only for,
overnight.
like, 24-hour drives.
That too. But yeah, if I were to like say I were if I was capable of meeting up with you this past weekend, yeah, I
Mhm.
would have just towed behind the expedition.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool. I
that's
mean,
the
it's an
cheapest way for
idea.
it's an idea. It's the cheapest idea that I have at the
Mhm.
present time for me to join y'all without having to buy. Oh, okay. I had to buy the trailer. No, I already have an aluminum trailer up in Minnesota.
I have another idea.
Okay,
Um,
what's your other idea?
so how about if we I mean, first of all, we don't go on many off-road trips anymore, but I really
No,
want to go on an off-road trip this year. I want to go
that's like
out
one
to
of your 24 goals.
that's my 2024 goal. I wanna go out to an
That's your
off-road
one
trip.
goal this year.
One of my goals, of
Okay.
2024. Yeah, yeah, so I wanna go on an off-road trip with all the homies again. I wanna go to out to Moab specifically. So I was thinking about why don't we do a Laguna trip again? This time, instead of doing, like, w national parks or whatever, we stick to off-roading, and, we don't tow our race cars out there, we just go out and hang out at Laguna if we need to with Ravi and everyone. Yeah, just kinda go out there off-road, and then you can just ride with me. We don't tow your ATV or anything. Just drive my freaking truck if you want to drive.
Your truck is a lot of fun.
There you go. You don't need an ATV,
What weekend
just,
is in Laguna?
September or something. That could
That'll
be our
be a
birthday
time.
trip.
Well, it can't be our birthday trip if it's not on our birthday weekend.
Well, it can be. It just as long as it's the same month.
Okay, so full schedule, Circuit Legends, August. So Laguna is September 27th through 29th. Ah, it'd be so much better if it was Labor Day weekend.
Mhm. That's the Autobahn, though.
Are you going to Audubon?
No,
Well, then why do we care?
I don't care.
Yeah, so let's go on this off road trip over Labor Day weekend.
Oh. Oh, you're saying instead of going to Laguna, just go earlier and don't go to
Yeah,
Laguna?
yeah, exactly. Don't go to Laguna. We're already going to go to Road America for the festival. How many festival weekends do you want?
A lot, all of them.
All of them. I wish I could go to all of them too, but I can't afford it.
So this is also dependent on if I go to Lime Rock
Mm, why do you say that?
because I want to
So
go to Lime Rock.
if you go to Lime Rock, you're not going to go to Laguna.
No,
You're just trying to go for the festival. You just want to go to the event, like period.
I want to drive Lime Rock.
I'm confused. Okay, so it's either A, you drive Lime Rock,
It's A,
or
I tow
you
out to Lime
don't.
Rock, or or B, I go to Laguna. I can only do one 24-hour drive in a year.
But Laguna, you're not going to be Laguna. You're not going to drive again. It's just be an off road trip
Yeah, but it's still a
slash spectator.
24-hour drive.
True. There's lots of off roading over on the East Coast. We can still go to Lime Rock itself and do off roading.
What? Yeah, I guess we could find something. I don't know what's out there. Maybe something in the Smoky Mountains. I
Yeah.
feel like Moab is just a better fit for the tundra because there's nothing to hit besides rocks.
There's no trees to go and pinstripe, no tree
Uh,
trunk to go and hit your front bumper on.
yeah.
Uh, there are still a lot of rocks. It's still got to watch out for that. You might drove
Or
over.
actually, I
Might
might get a
watch boulder.
GX soon. But before
How
that, I
soon?
don't know. Well, I don't know. They need to open up the orders, so I may be ordering a new GX.
Would you be able to? Would they arrive that soon?
Usually the wait time's about for Japan vehicles is about 6 months.
Hmm.
So if I
That'd be
order,
pretty
like, let's
good.
say in next month or the next 2 months, it'll be here by September,
Are you gonna sell your tent?
probably.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I
I
would
actually
get
want to. I want to
the
sell the
thinner
tent, but
tent.
like the hardtop tent, like what Kenny had.
Mhm. I would get one of those.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good move. It's a lot more aerodynamic and doesn't take up as much space.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty good for having on top of SUV.
Yeah.
Hmm. Let me
But
know.
yeah,
Man.
what's your other goal? Do you have any other goals for
So
2024?
okay, so like I actually need to break it up almost into quarters, and
Okay.
even breaking up into quarters may not even be enough.
Mhm.
Actually, so this month doesn't have any goals. However, sorry as I click around. Okay, so multiple goals. I've actually all right. We're gonna break it up into categories. So the categories are three: learning, racing, and personal. So for learning. Carol has told me I must begin or I must relearn Chinese this year. So the goal by the end of the year is for my Chinese to be better than Carol's mom can speak English. So that way, my mother-in-law can actually and I can say a couple of things to each other. So that's goal number one in learning category. Goal number two is actually a two-parter. So goal number two, or two alpha, let's put it that way,
Mhm,
is learning all my chemical engineering skills so I can take the FE exam. And
mhm.
then 2 Bravo, part 2 Bravo, is taking the PE exam. So by the end of the year, I wanna take my PE exam, and I think because I've already been working for, quite a bit of time now, I should be able to apply to get my PE license. So that's goal number 2 for the learning category. And
Nice.
then goal number 3 is to get Siemens certification, since that would
Wait,
actually be very
what
applicable to my
certification?
work. Siemens. I know it sounds not seamen,
Spell
Siemens.
it for me?
Siemens.
Okay,
Siemens.
okay.
Or is it Simons? Uh-oh. Have I been pronouncing it wrong this whole time?
It's Siemens.
No, it's not. Siemens.
Yeah. It's C as in, like, Spanish, S-I, Emin.
Phonetic.
I just totally made that up, by the way.
I was gonna say, like, I do not Siemens. Okay, Siemens is pronounced C plus Siemens. Not men's, muns.
Anyways, so you wanna
It's
get your
it's
Siemens
I wanna get my
certification?
Siemens. Siemens. Now I've been corrected by Google. Siemens.
Okay.
Alright, so I wanna get my Siemens degree because that sounds
I
worse,
can't stop
actually.
thinking about semen. No homo.
It's very applicable to work, so it actually would help me, stand out over in the job area.
Okay.
Okay, so
Nice.
category number 2, racing. So this,
Mhm,
I just have 1 goal in this category, and that
mhm,
1 goal is just for this season, since I'm gonna sign up for 4 events this year, is to
mhm.
finish in the top 10 of the season in street car.
Where'd you finish last year?
I think I finished 17th, but I only did 2 events. Technically 3, but again, Audubon does not count. Yeah,
Okay,
I finished 17th.
gotcha.
So it's not I don't think it's, like, that hard of a reach,
I don't think
only
so.
because
I don't think so. I think you just need to do more events and you'll be top 10.
That's what I'm hoping for. Like, looking at where I've been placing at the events that I do go to, I typically place no further down the grid order than 8th. So I'm always in the top 50 percentile. And I feel like if I can just do it at more events, then I have a decent shot at it of,
Mhm,
like, collecting the required, 100 points or whatever it is.
mhm.
Well, okay, take it back. It's not gonna be 100 points, but, like, enough points to be in the top 10.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed, we'll see. I'll do my best. But that's one of my goals. That's the only goal that I have in the racing category. I guess the
Okay.
only I can add a second goal, which is just to make sure I attend all 4 events I have planned
Mhm.
and finish.
Well, hopefully you can do that. I believe in you. I think you definitely got top 10 in you. You got
I
that
think
top
so.
10 blood.
Oh, I don't think I have the blood or the anger for it, but I think I'm pretty hopeful I can finish pretty high up there. We'll see. All I really need to do, if I can just like find someone or if I can be on track at the same time as someone who is clearly faster than me,
Mhm,
then and learn their lines, assuming it's not just all car.
mhm,
The drivers in the top 10, like, they are also playing a huge part in getting to that placement. It's not just the cars.
mhm.
So what I'm really hoping for is that, like, I can be on track at the same time as someone else who is, clearly doing much better than I am, so I can learn something from them,
Yeah.
and then
No,
also just compare data.
makes sense. Did you buy
Okay.
an aim yet?
Moving on to my 3rd category of
Did you buy
personal.
did you buy an aim yet?
My 3rd category, Fez.
Oh.
No, I did not. I need to. It
Yeah,
is
you're
something that
not you gotta buy an aim or some kinda data logger.
can I just rip yours out?
No.
I'm gonna see if I can borrow Robbie's. I should see if
Again?
I
For
can
the
borrow
whole
Robbie's.
year?
He's having a kid. When is he
Really?
gonna have time to go racing?
Alright.
By the way, we brought Robbie up at oh no, Riverside doesn't give me a time marker. What? How does it not have give me a time marker? I have no idea how long we've been recording for. Oh, there it is.
Oh.
36 minutes. All right, so at the 36-minute mark, Robbie came up.
Actually, I brought him up earlier.
You did.
I did.
When?
I don't remember.
I'll control F and find it. All right, fine. It's either at the 36-minute mark or sometime earlier. Anyways, he's
Anyways,
not he's not going anywhere, I don't think. At least Michelle doesn't want him to, I think.
did you just call him out?
I think.
Did you just call him whipped on the live podcast?
Okay, I know that for a fact that yes, I did. We'll see. I'm gonna ask him. I only
um,
need it. I'm pretty sure he's not gonna go to any track events while I'm in Chicago or while the car's in Chicago. I need to make sure he doesn't have any race events between the month of May
I
and
think you're
July.
fine. You should just ask him.
I should I could ask Michelle and see if Michelle just sends it over to me.
Okay. Um,
Okay,
rest
so
in
that
peace, that DCT swap.
yeah, we'll let him worry about that.
Okay.
Okay, so personal goals.
Mhm.
Okay, so 2024 is Carol's and mine 5-year anniversary. So one of the oh sorry, I should have been let me redo that. Okay, so 2024 is mine and Carol's 5-year anniversary of being married. So one of the goal it's not really a
Yay.
goal, but like just something that I need to make sure I do is to go and have a like 5-year anniversary vow because we're also going to go to the courthouse and actually like get our official marriage certificate. We have an informal marriage certificate that we got from Lubbock, which is the city that we met for while we were going to school.
Mhm.
So what I want to do, or what we want to do, what she really wants to do, is to go and do a formal marriage certificate in front of an actual judge, not in front of the county clerk, and get it just kind of redo it all, but like in a more formal manner with her parents there. Because that's the other thing. Her mom was not here whenever we actually got married. So now that her mom is here, we want to go and get married with her present.
Nice.
So
Are
that
you gonna
is
invite
a
us?
personal.
Are you gonna invite me and other friends?
Can you come down on a Monday?
For you? Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Then hell yeah, you're invited. Apparently, I'm just gonna invite everybody on the podcast. If you're a listener, comment or DM me, and you can come over to the courthouse. Girl's
Okay.
gonna be like, "What the? You
It's like,
invited
who
all
are
your
these
friends?"
people?
I mean, like half the people, like, I don't know.
Mm.
No, I'm just kidding. It actually would be really fun to have more people.
Yeah.
Right now, we're just planning on like having our parents and family, and then she did invite 2 people. And then I've been waiting for her to, like, confirm the actual, like, date time. I think she
Mhm.
has now, so I need to get it and then, send the invites out to, like, you, Kenny, Raza, and anyone else who's close and can, come out.
Sweet. Looking forward to it, man.
Sweet.
So
Yeah,
what?
it'll be pretty cool. I can finally put my suit on. Hopefully, I still fit into it 5 years later.
I had to buy a new suit.
You do?
Well, yeah, I couldn't fit into my suits from. Well, I ripped two suits. Um, I don't know if I
You're
it's
torquing
store
too
told.
hard.
That's basically what happened.
Your suits are fun until the DJ plays Laffy Taffy.
Oh, I don't know about that one. This is a different song. But so last year I had two back to back weddings in April. Well, not back to back, but like within this month of April. And I had two suits from like college days or early like work days or whatever. And they fit fine. And then like the DJ played a song and I like dropped it low and then yeah, the next thing I knew it was ripped. I was all the way down from the waist to the balls. Yeah, it was ripped. So I the
You
su
dropped
su
it low, but your pants definitely tried to stay high and couldn't take it.
they couldn't hold my badonkadonk. So the second wedding actually, like, the funniest thing was, like, I did it. I was telling everyone about what happened the previous wedding, and then
Mhm.
I was, like, telling people, like, that, I don't they were warning me, "Don't do that," and I was like, the song played, and I had to dance because I like dancing, and, the first song, and I dropped it, and I heard, like, a slight rip, and then I was like and then I dropped it again without thinking because I was already in the motion, and then it, like,
Mhm.
ripped all the way from my waist to, like, my balls. And I had to have my suit jacket wrapped around me for the rest of the entire wedding.
Oh, that is wait, you wrapped it around your waist like a, sweatshirt?
Yeah, my suit jacket. Yep. Because I mean, my ass was out, dude. I mean, not raw ass, but still.
Oh, good.
Um, yeah.
You know what you need to do? You need to start bringing a second pair of pants. Anytime you're wearing a pants going to a wedding, particularly any situation where you're wearing slacks and at the same time dancing,
Yeah,
so any holiday party as well would count for this. Bring up a backup pair.
that's my
Bring a
goal for
backup pair.
2024. Done.
That should be your only goal. Drop everything else. That's your only goal for this entire year.
Yep.
Always have a backup. Honestly, we should do right now after this podcast recording. Go get your whatever's the latest that got dry cleaned and take it down to the car. Doesn't even matter what color it is because like whatever color it is, even if it's pink, it's gonna be better than ripped pants.
True.
True. Okay.
So what
So
else you got? Any other goals?
yep,
Personal goals?
personal goals. Yep, the other one I have. So 2023, I was able to like in the last day, yeah, on the last day, Sunday, went to the gym and I was able to like finally hit my weightlifting goal of 200 pounds on the bench.
Heck
That's like
yeah.
just a max single rep. So I want to continue that. So by the end of this year, I want to have two plates on each side, two
Mhm.
45-pound plates. So that should add up to 225 pounds. So
225.
225
That's right.
pounds, if I can max that, that'd be great, which is theoretically only 20 more pounds from where I'm at now. So I should be able to get that.
Mhm.
If I don't, then I need to totally redo my workout regimen. But the other thing, oh, and it's like 100 kilos. So like if it is over 100 kilos, so like that's the other part is I want to
100
be over
kilos
that
is 220 pounds.
222.4 or 224,
22.04.
22.04. Okay. So yeah, 220. So yeah, just two plates on either side of the bar. So like whether we're looking over in metric units or SAE units, like it's a
Mhm.
pretty round, easy number to remember. And then be able to do a muscle up. And for anyone who like listens to Mighty Car Mods, this is nearly identical to what Moog did.
What did he do?
Like when so Moog, he had put out a video titled like the hardest thing I ever did in my life or something along those lines.
Mhm.
Basically, it was a documentary about him getting into physical health and working out.
Mhm.
And so he went from like not really doing anything to doing running and doing muscle ups or pull ups to doing like going to the gym
Mhm.
and then eventually getting into the point where he was competing in a not a Spartan run. It's oh what's the it's like a gym, but CrossFit, that's what it was. And so, like, there was a CrossFit competition that he had, entered
Mhm.
in and competed at and did pretty well. And so, it was a personal documentary about his journey through that, going from, like, never lifting a weight to going to a CrossFit competition.
Mhm.
I don't think I'll ever get to that point, but along that way, one of his goals during the journey or multiple goals he had during the journey was to be able to bench 100 kilos and then do a muscle up. So, like, the fact that he did that at age 45,
Mhm.
to me, like, being 31, I was like, "Okay, if he can do it, then that's inspiration for me to do it."
Yeah, dude. I think anything's possible. Age is just a number. I
Yeah.
know I know people that I used to powerlift with. They started at like 55 or 60,
Yeah.
and they're out there competing at like 60 some years old, and
It's
they're
impressive, yeah,
doing
that
good.
it's never too late to, get into the gym. No matter,
Yeah.
like, how old you are or how much you weigh or wherever you're at physically, like,
Mhm.
the best step you can take is just doing it. And
Like
even, like, the worst day at the gym when you
mhm.
don't feel like it, you're better off than not going to the gym at all.
Agreed. Yeah, like my biggest pet peeve is saying no without trying. So like whenever someone tells
Yeah.
me like, "Oh no, I can't do it. I'm too old," or "I can't do it because of this reason," or "I can't do it because of Y reason," or whatever. I'm like, "Did you even
Mhm.
try?" Right? Like, how do you know? Um, like people are like, "Oh, I just know my body or know myself," and I'm like, "Yeah, I guess like you can, and I do appreciate that and I understand that." But like, push yourself out of your comfort zone and like do what you're supposed to. Well, not do what you're supposed to, do, but like, yeah, just push yourself. Basically, is what I'm trying to get at. Um, because you never know what's possible, man. That's like
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of crazy stuff happen, but just trying.
Oh, yeah. I
Um,
100% agree with that.
that's
You
one of
watch,
my.
Yes Theory on YouTube?
I don't.
So, Yes Theory is a YouTube channel where basically, like, their whole motto is going out and saying yes.
Uh huh.
Basic principle. But what that does is that it gets them into some pretty crazy environments, and they say yes to, like, doing crazy, stories or, like, going to different countries,
Hmm.
and the biggest key takeaway is, like, meeting new people. So, like,
Yeah.
there was, one of the people or one of the creators or founders, they just released a book called, like, Talk to Strangers instead of, like,
Mhm.
you know how everyone always told us, our parents told us, like, "Don't talk to strangers?"
Mhm.
He's actually on the opposite end, we're like, "No, go and talk to people, talk to strangers, learn about the culture, learn who they are, like, interact with them on a human level, and, like, realize that there isn't really much that separates us besides, like, borders and language barriers, but once you get
Yeah.
past that, we're all very similar people. We all love partying, or not partying, but, like, enjoying
Having a good time.
company, eating, having a good time, and, like, yeah, enjoying things that there are to do in life."
Mhm.
Uh, one of the they just did a movie documentary about this kid who wanted to do a triathlon in
Mhm.
Antarctica. It's called Project Iceman. And so I just watched it on YouTube this past weekend, and it is, I mean, it's pretty inspirational. It's about a kid who, like, went out against all odds, against everybody who told him you can't do it, and then, like, fucking did it. He
Mhm.
swam 2.4 miles, he biked 114 miles, then he ran a marathon, which is 26 miles.
Mhm.
It's fucking wild. And he did it in Antarctica.
That's
What have you
yeah.
done in Antarctica, Fez?
I mean, I've never been, but, that's kinda like how I like to live my life too, like, try not to say no, then just be ready for the opportunity because you never know what might be on the other side of it, right? That kinda also reminded me of, one thing. So, when I was in high school or, like, middle school, whatever, I was just or yeah, I was in high school, so I was, like, trying to get ready for deciding on what major to choose and, like, where to go and whatnot. And someone in my life at the point he was like, "Yeah, don't let him do mechanical engineering because he's not really into cars. He just wants to drive them, and he's gonna ruin his life." Right? And,
Mhm,
not gonna say who, obviously, but, like, the fun fact is, like, that back in when I was, like, 7 or 8 years old, someone asked me, like, my cousin asked me, like, "What do you wanna do when you grow up?" And I told her I wanna do something with cars. And
mhm.
she mentioned, like, "Oh, you should do mechanical engineering," and that mechanical engineering term just stuck in my head as a kid, and that's what, like, motivated me to kinda do it, right? And, I basically when that happened to me in high school, I was like, "You know what? Fuck this, like, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna be the best at it." I wasn't the best I'm not the best mechanical engineer, right? But
Mhm.
I kinda showed that person that, like, "Listen, I did mechanical engineering. I enjoyed it. I'm working in the auto industry. I have my own business in the auto industry now. I also, like, race cars and or do time attack or whatnot, right? And, like, work on my own car. I'm not just into cars to drive it. I'm also into the cars because I like the engineering side of cars too."
Yeah,
And it's like, I love proving people wrong.
yeah. I mean, and it's gone you places, and there's a lot of successful people out there that are successful
Mhm,
because they want to defy perceptions. That was one of the, mottos in, this,
mhm,
Project Iceman documentary. Also, I said triathlon. This this kid did a Ironman triathlon, so
mm,
it's even longer than a traditional
that's awesome.
triathlon. So the distances that I did quote are correct: 2.4-mile swim,
Mhm,
112-mile bike ride, so not 114, 112,
yeah,
and then the, 26.2-mile run.
mhm,
So a total distance of 140 miles in Antarctica. But yeah, like, he did it because, like, there's so many people that were telling him no, and
mhm,
then, oh man, what is the running thing? It's something along the lines of, like, perceptions are just, like, mental limitations.
mhm.
Like, it's
Agreed.
not a physical limitation that, like, we can't do it. It's just, and it's oh, yeah, anyways, you can do it. Everybody out there, whatever you think about it, you can do it.
Yeah. Um, yeah,
So, yeah,
for
oh,
my
what
2024 goals, I guess.
and
Uh,
then we'll talk about you.
oh, no, I mean, do you have anything else to add?
No,
Sorry.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Um, yeah, kinda going into that too, like, I wanted to get back and be more consistent in the gym. I've gained, like, 2024 was my most exciting, oh, sorry, 2023 was my most exciting, like, I traveled a lot, I did a lot, I achieved a lot in 2023, but I also it came at the cost of, like, mental health and also, like, physical health. So I wanted to improve on that this 2024, and, like, I'm not doing probably not gonna do as many events as I did last year and kinda clump them up together, kind of like what we're doing with, just doing the May to July events and then being back home. Um, and I want to focus on my physical health. I think physical health and mental health kind of go hand in hand. Um, and I wanted to be more consistent in the gym, essentially. I don't want to power lift as I used to, or like be very, or like compete in powerlifting. I don't know. It might change, but for now, I don't think I'm ready for that. But yeah, like yesterday, I went to the gym and I pushed myself a little bit on the squats, and I did 225 for 8, which not a lot
You
from what
did
I.
225 for 8 reps?
Yeah,
What the fuck? That's my goal, and you're just repping my goal. Holy shit.
dude, I
Okay.
used to squat in the 400s.
Yeah, I never hit, like, anything above 350. I think I managed to hit 300s.
Yeah, I mean, I can help you out. I think squats is a lot just form.
Yeah. What gym do you go to?
There's a gym called Progressive Overload Dallas. It's a buddy of mine that I used to power lift with, also my coach, or he used to be my coach, and
Mhm.
he started off as the UTD powerlifting team, and then he started his own college because UTD did not like us, or he started his own gym, and because the college didn't like us, and then yeah, that's kind of went from there. Now he's a full time gym owner. It's actually near UTD now. It's on Campbell and 75. You
Oh,
can go there
okay.
if you want.
Uh, how much does it cost?
It's a day. I don't know, like a
Okay. The
day
only reason I
maybe.
asked that because Carol and I, we both have memberships to Cowboy Fit, and the
I'm down
reason
to
why we
go there
did
too.
yeah, they're pretty nice gyms,
Yeah.
and the reason we did is because like it's the closest gym to our house over here in Pflugerville,
Mhm.
and then they also have several locations up in Dallas, so
Yeah.
we can use our same membership to go to their different facilities in Dallas,
I
and
mean, I'm
then
down to go.
pay
We
the
can do
extra.
a quick gym sesh whenever you're here.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Cool.
But
So
yeah,
now we're
so
turning into a workout podcast. Go on.
just physical health, right? I think
Yeah,
it's really
that's true.
important. And then doing a lot of cardio. I've been biking a lot at the gym as well. I'm doing like the first 20, 30 minutes of just biking. Um, and yeah, like I noticed last year my hand-eye coordination kind of went down and my reaction time went down towards the end of the year. And I kind of chalk it up to just losing that physical health, physical fitness.
Mhm.
So want to kind of get back into the groove of things, and lose like 10, 15 pounds and just get back. And then also squat in the 300s again.
Nice.
Yeah.
That'll be
And
pretty
then,
cool. By the way, that quote from the documentary that the kid
mhm,
had, his quote was that there's also thunder in the background.
uh,
Limitations are perceptions. That's what it was.
yeah, it's really good.
So anything that you think is limiting yourself is just a perception. Go out and do it, or
Agreed.
set up a plan to go and accomplish the goal.
Yeah, it's kind of like in motorsports too, right? Where a lot of people are like, "Oh no, I can't track my car because I have to do this, I have to do
Oh my
that,
god,
I
I
have to
hate
do
that so
like
much. It
I
bothers.
need coilovers, I need wheels, I need tires, I need this," and I'm like, "Dude, just freaking go out there. You don't you're gonna be so slow." And so a buddy of mine from college, he bought a GR86, and I don't know if he listens to the podcast or not, but he moved to Boston, and he was asking the same questions, right? Like, okay, what do I need to do to make this like to do a track day? And all you really need, and I was like, dude, I got him a set of brake pads, got him brake fluid, got him oil and oil cooler, and that was it. Like reliability mods, and then he got like brake pads. That's it.
I honestly don't even think you need to go all that far if it's your first time
The
out.
GR86 you kind of do.
Even if it's your first time.
Oil cooler, you can kind of monitor it and go down, but it's just better to be on the safe side. And because the motor does run really hot, and yeah, and the brake pads are very bad on it. So like it's stock brake
Mm.
pad won't last you more than a half a lap. Uh,
When I first started tracking the Focus, I was
mhm.
completely stock everything,
Yeah.
and um, yeah, for the first couple events, like like I clearly wasn't pushing the car hard
Mhm.
enough because it wasn't giving me any cooling problems, any oil temp problems.
Mhm.
Brakes were holding up just fine. Hell, I still have the brake rotors; they're my daily rotors.
Yes.
But all that to say is that at least for me, when I
Mhm.
first started tracking the RS or just
Mhm.
tracking in general again, um, the RS was plenty capable, mostly because like I was still learning driver mod, so I wasn't
Yeah.
in a position to where I was like pushing the car
Mhm.
long enough or hard enough to get to the temperature threshold.
Yeah.
So in any case, I would argue just go out there, even if you're on all season tires. Hell, I went autocrossing on all season tires, just
Mhm.
shredded them. the major thing is like whatever consumable you have on the car, just be ready to like buy a new set of tires or buy a new set of brake pads or
Mhm.
anything like that. If you can
I think it's
buy,
car dependent. When Sorry to interrupt you, but I
no,
think it's
you're
like the
fine.
8.6 can't do it. I would not recommend going on the racetrack with a bone stock
Man, what kind
8.6.
of product is that, Fez?
It's like you definitely need better brake fluid and brake pads, and that's like the bare minimum in that car to go on
Interesting.
track. So yeah, I mean, he did it and he loves it, and he's done like 5 or 6 track days this past year.
Hmm.
So yeah, just go out there and do it. And that's my other goal for motorsports related as well. I wanted to kind of add, since I'm running out of time a little bit, but um, other goal for 2024, I want to be in top 3 for the season.
You were almost there. You were
I was pretty
fourth place,
close. I
right?
was pretty close. So I'm hoping with the upgrades that I have coming on the car right now, that lands me in the top 3.
How many points were you away from getting third?
I don't know, like 5 or 6 points.
Oh, that's not too bad.
It was
You got
basically
that.
one event, 1 or 2 events that I barely got fourth place or third place. Where I
Yeah.
lost podium by 3 thousandths of a second or 200ths of a second, something like that. Those are the podiums that cost me.
Dang.
Yeah. So those 3 thousandths or 200ths is like what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a tenth of a second, essentially, to get to be
Hopefully you
in
could do it. And you did
top 3.
that happen over at Midwest Fest, right?
Midwest Fest and Mid Ohio.
Two arguably the most competitive events of the season.
Yeah, it was pretty competitive. Mid Ohio is not built for my car either. Long straightaways.
Oh, I love Mid Ohio. I've been playing Mid Ohio and Forza lately, and it
Mhm.
is so much fun. I cannot wait to do it in
I
person.
love that track.
It is. There's some high risk areas, but like, man, it's enjoyable. It's a good time. Anyways,
Yeah.
I know you got to get going. So, is there anything else you want to say? Any other goals?
Besides being happy, no, just live life, be happy.
Don't be an
Um,
asshole for
one
anybody.
one goal.
Oh,
So, this is like
well,
a business professional goal, or financial goal of mine. I want my Marisa Motorsports to go up, start making enough money that I can start making like at least or covering motorsports stuff essentially with it.
so basically, like by the end of the year, be able to break even on all those motorsports
Yeah,
activities
a lot of that is
because of the all the money from the business.
yeah, exactly. A lot of the stuff that I do right now, I mean, it's a tax break. So, but
Yeah,
I want to be able to make enough profits that I can pay myself to do those events essentially for free. Not
right.
free, but you know what I mean. Like cut even from the
Yeah,
business profits to
yeah. You want to have
motorsports.
fun and you want to go out. You want to have cake. What's the saying? You want to have cake and eat it.
You want to have your
Make
cake and
cake,
eat it too.
bring cake.
What do you think about cake again, man?
I love cake. That sounds so
Badass.
weird, but
I mean, same. If you talk about that kind of cake,
but yeah, I get what you're saying. Like you want to
yeah.
go make sure the business is profitable enough
Mhm.
that like the thing what you're doing for the business is also able to sustain the fun aspect. Like
Yeah.
otherwise it just feels like another job. But if it's
Yeah.
able to bring in money and break
Mhm.
even, then hell yeah, bonus points.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like long term goal for the business is to like basically be my main source of income. Um, but for now, it takes a while. But this is kind of, especially a business like this, so just where you need marketing and you need customers.
Right.
It just takes time, which
Yep.
I understand. So one day we'll get there.
Yeah, you certainly will. Okay. Well, hope for the best. I think 2024 is gonna be a fun year. It's gonna be a good year. A
I'm
lot of cool
excited for it.
things happening with you, I, and a bunch of our friends as well.
Mhm.
Robbie's having this kid,
So many
and
people having babies, dude.
dude, we were learning about babies left and right at the holiday party. Like we went, okay, so like it was my boss's holiday party for the New Year's.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, not holiday party, New Year's party. And we were going there like his wife is having a baby, so like we're all excited, and then like at least one of the person came up and like, "Oh yeah, I'm also pregnant." We're like, "Huh?"
Yeah.
It's crazy. I feel like every month I learn about someone new who's having a kid.
Yeah.
So
There's a lot of people having kids, and here I am, single as fuck.
I
But that's how I afford motorsports. So fuck it.
was gonna say we
Uh,
have a limited amount of money, so it's all a balancing act. All right.
all
Well,
right.
we'll see how this podcast recording edits out and how the audio quality is. Uh, Hopefully it's kind of good. We'll see.
All right.
Anyways, oh man, we gotta do this during the day. I think these 8 p.m. recordings are a little bit too close to my bedtime.
Okay, Grandpa.
Dad, get
No,
ready.
you've been upgraded to Grandpa now.
That's
Alright.
definitely not an upgrade. It's a downgrade.
All right.
Anyways, I'll talk to you all
Have a
later.
good one, everyone. Bye.
See ya.
Happy New Year.